What's up guys, Toasty here, Get Burnt, and today I wanted to make a video about Dragon Ball Z games once again. Today may or may not be a more controversial video because a lot of people have split opinions on this topic, but I thought I would make a video about it anyway because I do want to kind of share my opinion on this a little bit more than I have in the past. You guys have read the title and everything and you guys know what it is, favorite Dragon Ball Z game. Now, just before I say what my favorite Dragon Ball Z game is, I kind of want to tell you guys I haven't played any of the really old ones before Budokai. I haven't played any of those games, ones like that. The only games that I played that were anything like that would be any ones on the Game Boy Advance and all that stuff that were released after Budokai. So I'm just letting you guys know that if you guys have any of the old games like Final Bout or Ultimate Battle 22, any of the games in that era, I never played those games, so they cannot be on this list, or not even on this list, on this game. So just letting you guys know, I haven't played those games. I'm sorry, I know a lot of you have, and a lot of you probably really like them, but I haven't been able to play them. Anyways, on with this. So personally, I know a lot of you already know what the answer for this question is for me. It's Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I know a lot of people probably already clicked off the video because now they're just like, wow, man, brain dead. I never would have guessed. No, all right, so this is why Xenoverse is my favorite. For me personally, Xenoverse is just like a game that synchronizes with me more than the Raging Blast or Budokai Tenkaichi series. I'm not saying those games are bad at all. I'm saying that Xenoverse happens to be my favorite one. Now, did Xenoverse get old fast after it was released this year? Yes, it did. It did get very old very fast, and that doesn't really mean anything to me. Personally, I still play the game very frequently, not even to actually like record videos and all that stuff, because a lot of you say that it's because it's my job that I play it more. No, I play it more because I just play it more. I mean, I do record it from time to time, yes, but obviously some of you have seen that in the recently, I have been putting other Dragon Ball Z games behind my videos. It hasn't only been Xenoverse. I play Xenoverse a lot of the time just to play it because I enjoy playing it. Now, I am one of few. I am very one of few. A lot of people really do not like Xenoverse anymore. A lot of people really love the older games, especially the 2.5D games like Budokai and Burst Limit, and I don't have any like bad blood or anything towards those people because those games are also really good. For me personally, my top favorites are probably like, it goes Xenoverse and then Infinite World, I would assume. I guess Infinite World will be after that, and then maybe Burst Limit. The only reason that Budokai Tenkaichi isn't very high on the list is because I didn't get to play Budokai Tenkaichi 3 as a kid, and obviously that comes in a lot. Obviously with nostalgia, a lot of people really feel like Budokai Tenkaichi is the best Dragon Ball Z game ever made. Personally, Budokai Tenkaichi for me, a lot of the characters were very similar. That's just how it is. I mean, I know a lot of you will probably argue that, saying that there are a lot of differences. Some characters have differences compared to others, but if you look at it from the entirety of the roster, which is massive by the way, over 100 characters including transformations is a whole lot, but I mean, with all of those characters, there aren't a lot of movesets that are really separate in terms of all those characters. A lot of moves are kind of copy and pasted onto other characters, like Full Power Energy Wave and Full Power Energy Blast Volley. Those are on a lot of characters, including some of the main characters like Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta. There's just a lot of moves that are copy and pasted in that game. Now, there are a lot of really cool moves that are separate and exclusive to one character, kind of like a lot of the ultimates in the game, but I will say that personally, I just don't think it's like the best game ever. Now, obviously, this is one just guy's opinion. Remember, I am just one dude behind this YouTube channel. I am just one dude that has a different opinion than a lot of other people, funnily enough. Raging Blast to me, in terms of a game itself, I really think Raging Blast 1 was a lot more solid than Raging Blast 2, because Raging Blast 1, and I know a lot of you are going to say something like, story mode doesn't matter, anything like that. Well, it had a story mode, which gives it a little bit more longevity than Raging Blast 2. In my opinion, Raging Blast 2 did do much better in the combat, made everything flow a lot easier than Raging Blast 1. Raging Blast 1 kind of falls a little bit in the combat at some points, and I will agree with that. Although Raging Blast 2 is a whole game, I would have to say that it is lesser than Raging Blast 1 in my personal opinion. Raging Blast 1 had a whole lot of cool side stories as well, like the one with Bardock meeting Goku, Goten, and Gohan. It's like, just that is something that I think made Raging Blast 1 just a very good game above Raging Blast 2. Now, if Raging Blast 2 had like pretty much everything that Raging Blast 1 has in terms of the story and in terms of the other things you could do, I would say that it is better than Raging Blast 1 because the combat itself, in my personal opinion, is better. But then I will say that Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I think, does also, I don't know if it does better in the combat, but I do enjoy the combat in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 more than I do in Raging Blast 2. That's not to say that it's more advanced or anything like that, because I know there are a lot of people out there who are Raging Blast enthusiasts who really do love the combat in Raging Blast more than Budokai Tenkaichi 3. But Xenoverse itself, for being my favorite Dragon Ball Z game, is mainly just because that game itself, the kind of RPG slash MMO kind of bootleg feel that it tries to put off, is kind of more close to me because that's kind of been my history. Those of you who don't know, I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft when I was younger, and that's just kind of melted into my game standards. That's just what I really love in games, and to have a Dragon Ball Z game that was kind of like that, or at least that tried to be like that in a way, it kind of really pulled me in, and I really do enjoy it still to this day. I know that a lot of you probably still don't, but that's just me, my personal taste as a gamer, and yeah, that's just what I feel. Raving Blast, Budokai Tenkaichi, Budokai especially, they're all fantastic games. Budokai 3, in my opinion, I don't like it as much as Infinite World for the reason that the Dragon Rush is in Budokai 3. Personally, in my personal opinion, and I will talk more about this in another video, because I know a lot of you are probably going to be questioning that, I do not like Budokai 3 as much as Infinite World, because Budokai 3 itself had the Dragon Rush, which in my opinion, in a game that seems to be like very based on your skill and how well you do combos and everything like that, it was very luck based, it was very random. Unless you were playing with someone who's right next to you and you decide to peek over at their controller, you really won't know what they're picking, and it's just a random draw, especially if you're doing it against a computer, unless you memorize the computer's like pattern of what they're gonna pick. Like, it's just very monotonous in my opinion. I didn't like it. I mean, I know it's cinematic and a lot of you do like that. Also didn't like that it was required for certain moves like Warp Kamehameha and Special Beam Cannon. I didn't like that. That's just my personal opinion though. Personally, the Dragon Rush is like the only thing in Budokai 3 that I really dislike. Personally think that's the worst thing that they put in Dragon Ball Z games, next to the burst limit key gauge thing. So yeah, personally, I do like Infinite World more than Budokai 3. I think it offers a lot more, and I think that the Dragon Rush being taken out and things like Special Beam Cannon stuff being used normally is a much better way to go at it, and I'm glad that they made that game, even though it didn't do well. A lot of people don't even know what Infinite World is because it came out so late. It came out like 2008, which is way after the PS2 had already died, so a lot of people didn't know about it. I just really love Infinite World. That's just my thing. And Xenoverse wins over it only because of the little bootleg, and I keep saying bootleg, but that's pretty much what it is. A bootleg RPG / MMO genre type of thing that I was trying to have going on. The create your character thing. Ultimate Tenkaichi really actually did grab me for a tiny bit, not a long time, a very small bit. Even though the gameplay was horrendous, the create a character thing was new for Dragon Ball Z games, and I found that to be really awesome and fascinating because it was something where you could just make your own character and kind of stand out, even until you realize that there's like barely any hairstyles. The same thing with Xenoverse. There's not a lot of customization options in that game either, and you know, I just really enjoyed it. That's really it. I like the fact that I was able to make my own character, go into this mini world like Toki, and go and fight with other people as well as fight in parallel quests and all that stuff, do my own story. And it's, even though it's not technically your own story, it still was something that I really did enjoy, which is why Xenoverse is my favorite Dragon Ball Z game. Now, I've talked quite a bit here about Dragon Ball Z games in general, and I want to see what you guys' thoughts in the comment section are. Now, I know a lot of you probably don't like me for liking Xenoverse, and I know a lot of you don't because, you know, a lot of you hate Xenoverse with a passion, but I want to see what you guys think in the comments down below. What's your favorite Dragon Ball Z game? And tell me also why, just saying Budokai Tenkaichi 3 doesn't really give me a real reason as to why you like that game. So if you guys could actually give me reasons as to why you think that game is the best in the series, or whatever game that you guys love is the best in the series, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll try to be very active in the comment section on this video and talk to you guys about Dragon Ball Z games. Also, remember that Zenkai and stuff like that are not included in this list because I've never played those games. They're only in Japan. So Dragon Ball Heroes and Zenkai and all that stuff that are only in Japan, never played them, so I cannot say that they're my favorite Dragon Ball Z game, obviously. So just saying that for a lot of you out there who probably would mention that in the comments. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say for today, guys. This was more of a discussion video than a speculation video or anything like that. And if you guys like this, then tell me in the comments down below if you did, and I will be sure to do more of them on different sort of topics. If you guys have any suggestions on what for me to make videos on, for you guys to maybe interact with me a little bit more, then make sure you leave it down in the comments. And yes, I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Subscribe if you did enjoy this video, as well as like the video if you didn't hate my opinion. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Peace out.